episode of Confidence Culture Conversations. Today you are episode 25. Kirubai, we are on episode 25.
Yeah.
Honestly, I look back to when we started and I'm just like, wow. Who would have thought that, we would keep going, this would build momentum and it would have the impact that it's having.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, episode 25. Do you know what? There's lessons in this. And I think one of them is a lesson in consistency. When you're consistently doing something, it will have impact. If it's a good thing, the impact will be positive impact.
Yes.
So, for those that are not aware, we did something on Saturday. Hirabai, what did we do?
Yes. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Confidence Culture Conversations. We are excited to be on our 25th episode. And coincidentally, God ordained, or what, we had a workshop called Confidence Culture Workshop on the 25th of February. And it was amazing. It was amazing. We were just so happy despite of tube cancellation, replacement buses. People, some of them couldn't make it. You know what? Those who were there were ordained to be there.
That's it.
That's it. And we would just want to thank all those who came, supported us, and we connected and we learned from one another, encouraged one another, prayed for one another, and bonded to one another. A very big thank you on behalf of Elizabeth and Kirubai today.
Wow, Kirubai, that was like a very modest, kind of breakdown into it, but I love the way you summarized it. Honestly, um, I wanted to play you some testimonials today, but I haven't got them ready. So hopefully by next week I'll have some
Mhm.
testimonials to play for you. But
Mhm.
Confidence Culture Conversations workshop was amazing. It exceeded our expectations. So sometimes you plan something, you work towards it, but the actual manifestation or the physical reality of it just blows you away. By Saturday evening, we were in awe of what had happened. And I think one of the things that I really loved about it, we started with prayer and we ended with prayer. Honestly, we started with prayer and we ended with prayer. We were true to ourselves. We This was about purpose and destiny and God ordained purpose really. And God was at the center of it all.
Mhm.
We
Mhm.
were just tools that he used.
Mhm.
And the hearts of women were stirred to go out and live life in the fullness of their purpose and their destiny.
Amen.
And for that, we give God the glory. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Honestly.
And we had a lot of favor. We had a lot of favor from the hotel, the Holiday Inn. They were in and out trying to serve us and keep keep the keep the coffees and teas flowing with all the little pastries. And that's favor. That's really favor. They were very beyond expectation. The hospitality towards us. Yes, indeed. So, Elizabeth, are we planning for another workshop soon?
Do you know what? We definitely are. We will keep you posted on when the date is going to be, but we are definitely having another workshop because that was the start of something. That was, when you taste the water
Mm-hmm.
and you taste it and it's like, whoa, ooh, okay, that was good. Now you want to taste some more. So definitely we're going to be running some more workshops because, I know some people who've seen what happened and they say, I wish I was there. So I can't wait for when you do the second one.
Yeah.
So we're
It's
definitely going to do it.
talking about tasting, and I was like testing the waters. But those who are watching, Elizabeth was always there. Say, "Go for it, Kribai. Go for it, Kribai." That's that's because I want to share something. I have done workshops before, but I think God was not in it. And so when God is not in something, we just talked about it, he can't back that. He
Mm,
can't back what he's not in. But we knew that this is my unbelief. But you know what? It taught me a good lesson. God was backing us, and it was awesome. It was awesome.
Kirubai, what was one of your highlights?
My highlights were, I think, sharing my story. Yeah, sharing my story. I mean, I could see the different expressions of women. How I it was not because my story was so great. It was because I was sharing my vulnerability. They thought this lady, she's gone through much, but you know what? I came out of the tunnel with God holding my hand. And that's the story I want to tell everyone. My history has made me walk into my purpose.
Hmm.
And that was
Wow.
amazing. Yeah.
Wow. I think personally, I would say I had loads of highlights, to be honest. But I think one of my highlights was during our lunch break when a brother and sister walked in.
Yeah.
You know, they were
True.
literally just in the hotel, and they stumbled upon a moment in destiny, a moment in their purpose, like a moment in their destiny. And I was just in, like, looking back now, I say to God, like, if there was one reason we did the workshop, it was for them,
Hmm.
because they had no intention to be there. They just stumbled upon it. And it just so happens that they had been having conversations between the two of them about how they're looking to be among like-minded people who are Christians, who are passionate about business. And they walked into a room where we were talking about God being in our dreams, in our, walking in his purpose. So it was very God ordained.
Yeah. The young man, he was brave enough to come and sit with the women.
Exactly.
And it's so sweet. And Elizabeth, your sharing of the purpose and the intentionality was a great subject. I thought that we could have dug deeper. Dug deeper. That means we can't have just one day seminar.
Kirubai, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Step by step, baby steps. We're
Yeah,
taking it
baby
baby
steps.
steps. We're
And
taking
of
baby
course,
steps.
I liked my styling the women.
And of course, you did an amazing job.
Oh,
Honestly, that's one of my highlights of working with Kirubai. Honestly, I say to my husband Tunji, I say, Tunji, this session that Kirubai is about to do, just watch, just wait and see. And indeed, he was like, "Wow, that's a different version of Kirubai."
yeah, it's walking into my purpose to beautify and bring confidence to the women.
Absolutely, and you did it so well.
I
So
give
well
God
done to you,
glory.
Kirubai.
I give glory to God because I come alive. Can you see me coming alive? Because I walk
You
into my
do,
purpose.
you do. And for those who haven't seen Kirubai in action, I'll show you one day. I just need my shades. I'll show you how she rolls onto the stage, literally. Um, but actually, so we wanted to have a conversation today about goal setting, because I think for us, we started talking about this, about running workshops with Christian
I'm going to
women.
be naughty. The future is so bright. You got to wear shades.
Kirubai, that's not fair. You didn't
Now
warn me.
we will do it again. Now let me behave myself.
I think I'm just gonna walk off the stage now.
Well, Elizabeth, it's going to be soon spring and summer. We're going to wear our shades and we're going to do some outdoor videos.
You heard it from our styling coach. So today we're talking about goal setting.
Mhm.
You've probably joined and you're wondering what are these two ladies just laughing and talking about. We were just giving a brief summary and a brief catch up on our first in-person event that we did. And if you're not in the city of London or not even in the UK, you wouldn't have been able to attend it. It was literally it was an in-person event at a hotel. And we had an amazing time. And if you're watching this and thinking, I want to know more, I want to be part of stuff like that, then reach out to us. Reach out to us because, hey, you never know. We might bring it to a city near you. I'm just
Exactly.
saying, as the
That's
doors open.
exactly my thoughts. We can go out of London and we can bring confidence culture conversation workshops to any part of the UK.
Absolutely.
We are
Absolutely.
open.
And not just to the UK, because we're taking something to Malaysia very soon,
That's
right?
right.
So
That's
not
right.
just to the UK. And if you are in Malaysia and you want to be part of what we are doing, or even just part of the plans that we have in motion, please reach out to us. Reach out to us and we'll put you in contact with our ambassador in Malaysia. So reach out to us. So Kirubai, goal setting. What are we talking about?
Because one of the things that I thought goal setting will be fitting for today's episode was because last week we spoke about dreaming big and being, having this big dream. It might look audacious, might look so big, might look out of proportion. But today we're going to just talk about some of the steps each one of you can take to bring those dreams to bite sizes and eventualities, attaining. Basically, to say we want to share the pathway from where you are now to attaining the dream. So my understanding about goal setting is actually very simple. It's all about breaking down in bite sizes. So you can take everything, you can take it apart and say, this is the portion I want to do. This is the portion I want to do. This is the portion. So putting the puzzle together, you get the bigger picture. That's how I see goal setting. And that's what exactly we did. We set the goal to have the workshop. In between the pathways, we got the premises sorted, and then we got around to, we had a target date. One of the things with goal setting is you got to put dates. So we had a date, it was 25th, and then we worked towards it, bite sizes, little by little by little by little. When you take bite sizes, it doesn't seem to be too difficult or humongous. So that's the way I would say goal setting is. Of course, there is a process. You cannot ignore the process. Everything has to have a smart goal setting. You have to be smart to have this process sorted.
Kirubai, when you say you have to be smart, break that down. Someone might be watching and genuinely wondering, what does it mean to have a smart goal?
Okay, so it has to be specific. It has to be measurable. It also has to be attainable, meaning you need to take action, and it is definitely time bound. That means you have the beginning and at the end. So that's important to do. Putting this maybe in a paper like this. I don't know whether you can see it. This is my calendar. I'm still very old fashioned. This is my written calendar. But you know what? You need to put it on paper or somewhere where you can see, and that keeps you. It has to be visible. It has to be visible. And sometimes you can do all the goal setting and then put it in the back burner, and then you see the months running just running past you, because time does not wait for no man. So that's where I'm talking about today, about goal. For me, it is very simple. I have a target date and I work towards it.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense, Elizabeth?
That makes sense. That makes sense. I think maybe just Giving an example probably helps as well. Sometimes we say we have goals, and like Kirubai said, some of us just talk about our goals. Some of us go ahead and write them. Statistics have actually proven that those who write down their goals are more likely to achieve their goals. And if you're a Christian, you probably know the verse in the Bible that talks about write the vision down, make it plain. So it starts from, and when you're writing, you are engaging. When you're writing, you're engaging your subconscious as well. So it's not just a case of, you're just writing something down, but you're writing and something is being registered on the inside of you, in your mind. Something is being registered. This is a goal we want to work towards. So the next step is then to kick into action. And like Kirubai said, rightly so, a SMART goal is what we are encouraged to do. So don't just say, what should I use? What should I use? I want to start a business. Don't just say, I want to start a business. Be a bit specific with your goal. What sort of business do you want to start? When do you want to start it? Give yourself the time frame. Make sure it's something that's achievable. So don't just say, I want to start a business next week. What's the groundwork you have done to get you to that place of starting a business next week? So it has to be realistic, right? It has to be realistic. And being as specific as we can be with our goals can make such a difference. So I want to save money. How much money do you want to save? What business is it you want to start? How much weight do you want to lose? How many people do you want to connect with? How many countries do you want to travel to? It has to be realistic, right? It has to be realistic. Whatever that goal is, you need to be specific with it. You need to break it down. Yesterday, I was speaking on a platform, and one of the things I was talking about. So my topic of discussion was Dare to Dream, and as I was talking about it, one of the things I mentioned to the ladies and the gentlemen who were present was that when we are working on our dreams, we need to start where we are. We need to start small. We need to, and Kirubai, you mentioned it about, our goal. It doesn't have to be a goal that you complete in one go. You break it down into sizable chunks. You break it down so that it's measurable as well. And you know how and when you're completing which part of it. And I keep saying this whenever I talk about breaking stuff down. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So whatever your goal is, it can't be achieved in one go. So take time with it. Now, when we talk about goals, if you've not read the book Atomic Habits, go read it. I think it will help you when you're working on your goals. It's a book by a gentleman called James Clear.
Yeah.
And it really just breaks down stuff, because if you're going to achieve your goal, there's a person that you must become in order for you to achieve your goal. So depending on what that goal is, there are new habits that you will need to start acting on. New habits that you'll need to put into your routine so that you can become that person. So the person that wants to start a business, for example. So you tell yourself, when do I want to start a business? What business do I want to start? And, you need to start connecting with people, networking. You need to start going to business events to just get your mind in the right place.
That's right.
You need to start having the habits of someone who runs a business. If you want to be a CEO, what habits do CEOs have? Successful CEOs, because I'm assuming you want to be a successful CEO
of your own business.
Exactly. So think about what habits, what are the things I need to start doing today to become that person? Because your goal is not just about achieving something. It's about who you are becoming in the process of achieving something.
So sometimes, from point A to point Z, where you are, where you're supposed that's where you attain your goal. There will be a lot of obstacles that come your way. So how are you going to self-motivate how are you going to be able to say that I'm going to run this race? Because sometimes it is a journey that you're going to be alone, and you are the only one knowing from point A to point Z. So when you are in that environment, that scenario, you need other people to come and cheer you up. So,
Hmm.
Elizabeth, because I know lots of us will excitingly run. We will, oh, I want that, I want this achieved, I want that, but we lose momentum. So, Elizabeth, kindly share about Kingdompreneur.
Oh wow.
I know I'm throwing in
Okay.
this partner because Kingdompreneur is something that has helped me to keep focus.
Mhm.
I will say this again and then again. So share about Kingdompreneur and what is the mandate over Kingdompreneur.
So one of the things that is great to do when you're a person in business or even doing something, it's great to get around people of like mind. It's
Mhm,
good to be around people who are walking a similar path, people who have the same values as you, people
mhm,
who share, so with Kingdompreneurs, it's people who share the same faith.
mhm,
So for those that don't know about Kingdompreneurs, and you're probably wondering what it is, so Kingdompreneurs is basically two words in one. It's kingdom and it's entrepreneur joined together, Kingdompreneur. And it's literally we run a network of Kingdompreneurs here in the UK. Just because you're not in the UK doesn't mean you can't join, but for now we're based here in the UK, and what we do is we hold regular monthly meetings where we come together and we encourage each other, we inspire each other, we pray together, we challenge each other, we motivate each other. Why? Because the Bible says that we need to occupy till he comes. God has placed something in our hands, and he's going to hold us accountable for that which he has put in our hands. What he has put in your hands could be your business, it could be your family, whatever it is. He has put it in your hands. So myself and my husband started a network where we come together on a monthly basis, and we talk about our businesses. That's what we do. And sometimes we have guest speakers come in, talk about different things. I think sometime last year we had Action Jackson come in and talk about how we can use videos in our business. And
mhm.
Kiruba is now flying with videos in her business. Like videos are really she's doing more videos than I'm doing.
Who is the queen of media?
I, I, I don't want to claim that, but hey, I'll roll with it. I'll roll with it. So we're in the network. We're there to help each other. We're there to work with each other. And we've also got a summit coming up actually. So if you haven't yet heard about it, go to my Facebook page and you'll see some information about the Kingdompreneurs Summit. And I think I have a flyer that I could actually show you.
Yes,
So
that's
if
right.
you are in the UK or in and around the UK, you can make it a holiday in the UK and you can come over. We are having the Kingdompreneurs Summit 2023. Our
Woo!
theme this year is Advance. It's going to be on June 17th. It starts at 9 a.m. and we have some amazing speakers. Michelle, thank you for joining us. Good timing.
Oh,
Um, we
Michelle,
have
hi,
some
Michelle.
amazing speakers lined up, amazing hosts as well.
Mhm.
So if you haven't yet gotten your tickets, today go and get your ticket. Go and get your ticket at the kingdompreneursnetwork.com/summit. You can get your ticket while it's still at early bird price. And you might be thinking, why the theme advance? Advance because it's time to break camp and advance. That is the word that God has given us for this year, is to advance, is to break out of our comfort zones and step into the fullness of all that he has called us to be. So in
Amen.
the area of your businesses, it's time to advance with your business. If you have not
Mhm.
yet stepped out to start your business, just maybe 2023 is your year to advance in the area of making your business a reality. We
Mhm.
have some amazing speakers, and actually, one of our speakers is coming all the way from America.
Woo! Can't wait,
All the
can't
way
wait.
from America, Bernice Lohman. And do you know what? It's because of what she has seen on social media that
Mhm.
she has committed herself to come all the way from America just to be part of the Kingdompreneurs Summit.
Mhm.
So if someone can come all the way from America, those of you in London and the surrounding areas, you have no
No
excuse.
excuse. That's right.
You've got no excuse. So make sure. And if you're watching it, you can take a picture, take a screenshot of it. So you can have the information, or even just get in touch with us and we'll share the information with you. But it's going to be amazing. I am personally looking forward to it. Last year was awesome, and Kiruba has a testimony from last year, because last year just it did something for her business.
It did. It did, most definitely. Let me just digress a bit and share, um, because the testimony, it's just how I had just traveled from Malaysia and I've come back, and it was now still very jet lagged and tired. But you know what? I said, no, I must go for this. There was a deep urge, say, go for this. I hardly knew anyone. I only knew Elizabeth from Facebook, and I was looking forward to meeting her and her husband and the rest of the people who we tried to we tried to network, because I was so much in awe, just sat in my place and just took everything. But you know what, at that point, God spoke to me and said, you have to change your direction in terms of your business. So it was such a clear voice, and I had to do it, because sometimes in a group like this, a congregation of people, the anointing is so strong, and the Lord is been, he is just moving mightily, and he's there. If there is a confusion, there is some clarity that you need, please come and join us, because you will definitely have clarity. And since I changed the course of my business, I am flying. And since June, I had to make a few adjustments, change course, and you know what? God has held me, and all these things happen after I said, God, I obey what you are calling me to do. So, you know what? God can use anybody, and there are some amazing speakers there. So, come on, jump on board and buy your ticket, and bless yourself as you even come and network and bless others with your presence.
Absolutely. And if you are if you've got a service, you've got a business that you want to promote on the day,
Mhm,
there is
mhm.
opportunity for you to be a vendor. So honestly, take advantage of this. Sometimes as Christians, we don't get together to talk about our businesses. We get together to pray, to go to church, but we
Mm.
don't necessarily get together to talk about how we can grow our businesses. Instead of being so in competition, look at those who are doing well and learn from them.
Mhm.
And yes, as my husband rightly says, our amazing host Michelle Raymond and Action Jackson, if you were in the room last year, so I remember one of our delegates last year, Gladness. She runs a business, and one of the speakers talked about how we can grow our business through TikTok, through the
Mm.
things that we're doing on TikTok and doing videos. And she raised her hand up and said, oh, my TikTok is not necessarily buzzing because I'm not doing videos as frequently. And do you know what Action Jackson did? The man who pushes you to take action, he literally called her forward, and they did a video together. And he said, that's one video for you for TikTok. And that's what we need to do. We need to be action takers. So we can't just come into a room and learn, but we come into a room, be inspired, be charged up, and go and implement certain things in our business. I can well and truly say that, after the summit last year, it did amazing things for me, because I was privileged to be, I guess, the first speaker. And I kid you not, I felt a bit unprepared. I felt a bit overwhelmed, like, God, do I qualify to be doing this? But I went ahead and did it. And my husband had so much faith in me that he gave me that mantle to actually open up. And at the end saying what I had to say, I was like, okay, God, you just came and took over. So sometimes you don't necessarily know the depth of what's on the inside of you, to step out in it. And for me, Kingdompreneurs Summit 2022, I stepped out into this world of speaking at a level that I surprised myself. And now, like, I enjoy the opportunity to speak because of that time, that moment. And I had some amazing, I use that when I'm, pushing myself out there as a speaker. But yeah, if you have a business, honestly, take the opportunity of being a vendor. It's a great moment for you to promote your business among like-minded people. There'll be people from all over the country, so not just people from London, but people from all over the country. And like we said, there's someone coming all the way from America. Who knows? Maybe she'll like your business and she'll go and do such. She'll you can make a connection. You just don't know. You just don't know. You don't know who is going to be in the room on the day.
And who can be your destiny helper.
The power of networking, the power of collaboration, as they say, that your network is your net worth. So who is in your network? Come to the Kingdompreneurs Summit and add some amazing people into your network. You never know, in your business, you might be looking for someone who can help with admin, and there might be someone there that you can connect with. You might be looking for someone that can help you with content creation, and there could be someone in the room that can do that. You might be looking for someone who's an expert in HR, and there'll be someone in the room that you can speak to. Myself and Kirubai started doing collaborations after Kingdompreneurs. And now we're potentially going to Malaysia to run workshops.
Wow. I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to that.
No, honestly, you just never know. And I've been talking a lot lately about taking the limits off. And if you're sitting there and thinking, do I need to come to the Kingdompreneurs Summit? Take the limits off of yourself. Take the limits off. Give it a chance. Give it a try. Come. If you're still thinking about, can I be a vendor? Should I be a vendor? Take the limits off of yourself. Take that jump. Dare to dream. Dare to believe. Take action. And come.
And today sorry, I have to put my word in here, because today we're talking about goal setting. Factor this goal about coming to Kingdompreneurs Summit, which is on the 17th of June. Factor this in. Factor this in. Build the momentum to come and be part of this summit, where you're going to meet some amazing people. Sorry.
No. That's fine. That's fine. And do you know what? If you're outside of the UK and you want to be part of this in some way, reach out to us and let's see what we can do. And I guess something else to plug in there: if you would like to sponsor the summit, if you'd like to be a sponsor at the summit, reach out to us. Again, there's opportunities for you to attend the summit, opportunities for you to be a vendor at the summit, opportunities for you to even sponsor the summit. As Christians, it's time for us to arise. It's time for us to shine. It's time for us to step out and be and do all that God has called us to be. And that involves our businesses. Our businesses should not just be businesses that we run in a small little corner of the world. Our businesses should have global impact. Our businesses should show forth a reflection of the glory of God, because in Him we live, we move, we have our being. So our businesses are also in Him. And you might be a professional and thinking this is just for entrepreneurs, but actually professionals, you can come along too, because it might be an opportunity for you to become a consultant. You're probably an expert in your field, so why not come and explore, see what's there for you. If anything, you get to network with amazing people, or even you get to live with a product that you've purchased. You've supported someone's business. But come and let's do it together. If you're out of London, make it a weekender. Come to London for the weekend. Have an opportunity to attend the event, do a bit of touring here and there. You can't go wrong.
And part of setting goals is do not procrastinate. Because we are still running the early bird special now, still, right? So do not procrastinate. take that bank card and get your ticket. Get your ticket. Do not procrastinate. And procrastination is one of those things that we all sit and procrastinate, and it's not good when it comes to achieving our goals. This is one of the things that we talk about. Procrastination is actually, it's a you fear of the unknown, and it's also very detrimental to setting our goals. So do not procrastinate. Do not say I will do it later, because the early bird specials might be just vanish.
That's it. By the time you go to buy your ticket, they might be gone. You know, I was excited last night. A lady bought her ticket, and immediately she bought her ticket, there was another ticket registration that came through, and she said, "Oh, that's my friend. That's my friend." So it was literally, she bought one. She encouraged her friend to buy one, and she immediately went and shared it on Facebook and said, "Guys, buy your tickets today." So take action. Be an action taker, because for any goal that you have, any dream that you want to achieve, whatever it is, you have to be someone who is committed to taking action. Your goals will not come to pass if you don't commit to taking action. So do whatever you need to do. Take action. If you've been telling yourself you need to get around a different breed of people, you need to get around like-minded people, now is your opportunity to do that. Now is your opportunity to do that. Come and join us at the Kingdompreneurs Summit. Maybe at some point we'll play you the video. Maybe next week I'll have the video that we can play you. And it's just a reflection of what happened last year. This year is going to be even more amazing. Yes, I'm biased saying that, but that's because I know what's cooking behind the scenes. I know
what's cooking behind the scene. Huh?
There's a feast that's prepared for you at the Kingdompreneurs Summit, so don't miss it. But like Kirubai said, just to, I guess, round this off, because we were talking about goal setting, and that was the highlight of our conversation today. All these events we're talking about is because we set ourselves some goals. Confidence Culture Workshop, we set ourselves a goal, and we took the limits off, we took action on it, and it came to pass. Kingdompreneurs Summit, there's goals around it. So the event itself is a goal, but there's other things around it that are also goals, you know, that we are working towards. And we've set ourselves the deadline. We know that 17th of June, boom, this thing has to happen, and it has to be big, you know. So we're doing the behind the scenes work to make sure that 17th of June is an amazing event. So you won't regret it. Honestly, ticket prices are going to go up, so the earlier you buy your ticket, the better. And don't come by yourself, come with a friend. Last year Kirubai came with a friend, so you too, come with a friend. And both of you can walk the room. Literally, you can walk the room.
Yeah, you got to walk the room, because the room will be filled with people from different businesses, different walks of life, and they bring in a different flavor to the whole summit. And you know what? And we glean on each other, learn from one another. It's going to be exciting.
So beyond setting yourself a goal, write the goal down, break it down, and start taking action towards it. Whatever you do, make sure your goals are smart. So specific, measurable, attainable, or achievable. They have to be realistic. They have to be time bound. Don't just set yourself a goal that never ends.
So how often do we have to review our goals?
Do you know what? I would say as often as you want. As often as you want. Some goals, the work that you're doing towards them might not be very evident. So it depends on how much work you are doing per time. In terms of how often you need to review it. But if you don't have a vision board, get your goal on the vision board.
I think one of the things with goals for myself that really kind of pushed me to the limit beyond my own understanding was having a accountability partner. We kept checking on each other.
Mm.
So being accountable and being authentic with your goals, like achievable bite sizes. So somebody else keeps check. Hey, are you attaining your goals? So putting your goals down and giving to someone to keep track of you. Why not? You can ask anyone, and likewise. And if likewise, keeping track. Somebody to keep track.
One of the things I ask my clients when I'm talking about goals during my coaching sessions is, whose support do you need? In order for you to achieve your goal, whose support do you need? So yes, you're going to need someone to hold you accountable.
Mm-hmm.
So whose support do you need? Whether it's a coach, a mentor, a family member, a friend, whose support do you need? And what does that support look like? Does it look like holding you accountable? Or does it look like, just checking in with you every so often? What does it look like? Because if you don't spell out the support that you need, don't just magically expect the support to be there. So ask for support. Your goals are your responsibility, but you're going to need the support of people around you. I have goals for my business, and I know that I can't achieve them without the support of my husband.
Mm-hmm.
Because there might be certain things I'm chasing, certain things I'm doing, and it might mean time away from home, or like today I'm away from home because I'm working somewhere else tomorrow. And if my husband wasn't supportive, if he couldn't look after Janaya, we would have a problem. But he's supportive, he can do that. And he understands that this is part of building the business, building the dream. So you need the support of the people around you, but you need to actually reach out to them and speak to them about that support so that they can offer that support. If you need the support of a coach, reach out to a coach. A few weeks ago, I say to somebody, if I say to somebody something on the lines of, for example, if you want to stop speaking negatively a lot to yourself, give yourself a consequence and have a jar. Let's call it a money jar. So every time something negative comes out of your mouth, you put £1 in that jar. And make sure that the people closest to you, the people you spend the most time with, are aware of this consequence so that they will hold you to it. So something as simple as that will help you to change your habits, to change the way you're doing things.
So true. So true.
That's accountability as well.
Yeah. Your self accountability. One of the things I just wanted to share is part of being keeping your goals, attaining your goals is actually sometimes you need to think out of the box. And to attain your goals, sometimes you might. This is. I'm going back to actually destiny helpers. The person you least expect is there to help you and motivate you to push you towards your goals. And we have to be open to that. We have to be open. And maybe there is a way to achieve your goals, but there could be other alternative ways to achieve that goal. So thinking out of the box. And yesterday I was listening to Caroline Leaf, the psychologist, and she was talking about how the brain, the mind, and the interconnection with your heart. And it was very interesting. Some of those things were very technical, but what I got out of that podcast was that when you think, I think Elizabeth says, when you think and then when you feel in your heart, and it comes to reality, it's attainable. It is attainable. So thinking positively, not the negative things, and then your brain is already ticking in. Oh, this person needs this, and they're already all working together to bring forth that goal in a position. It's already positioned, and then it takes that pathway to attainability. So We are all in this journey of setting goals and working to achieve our goals. So that was quite interesting how your faculties all work together and come together to to focus on that thing that you have wanted all your life to attain, your dreams to come through.
And it's absolutely true. Our thoughts very much affect our results,
Mhm.
affect our behavior, affect everything about us. The Bible talks about, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So the thoughts that are going on in your mind are going to affect your emotions, and likewise going to affect your actions. So change your thinking, change your results. So whatever your thinking is towards your goals, change it. If it's not positive, if you've set yourself goals and you keep on talking negative regarding those goals, or you keep on saying, oh, I'm not going to achieve it anyway, there's no point trying, well, guess what? You're actually not.
Mm. And it's okay to fall off the bandwagon. It's okay. You start again. There's
Yeah.
this. I love this book by John C. Maxwell called "Failing Forward." It's one of my favorite books because the some of the things that some of the people who are mentioned in that book, how they have set goals and some of the goals were interrupted, and how they started from scratch again, and they attain. So don't beat up yourself if you fall off the bandwagon. Don't beat up yourself, because you need to give a pat on your shoulder and say, at least I tried. And then start again. I can take a big crown for this, because many times I've fallen off the
Mm.
bandwagon. But you know what? I never give up.
You have to be kind to yourself.
Yes.
You have to be kind to yourself. And because genuinely, there'll be times where you don't feel like carrying on with that goal. There'll
Yeah.
be times where things look so hard and you don't want to keep going. That's why it helps to have the people that hold you accountable, or people
Mhm.
that are cheering you on.
Mm.
There are times where you just need to take a break and start again the next day, like Kirubai said.
It
So be
can be
kind.
a very lonely journey. Yeah, but that's why we are here. You know, come jump on this call with us and throw us a question or two, because we have walked the journey and we're still walking. We're still walking, and we are here to support you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And with that, I think we're gonna round this off.
Yes.
Round this off. But Kirubai, just before we finish off, do you want to tell people what you do?
Ah, all right. I call myself the personal transformation coach, inside and out. Why inside and out? I actually give confidence in such a way. I want to help women from their insides, working on their character, working on their nature, and working on their attitude. So when all these things work well, then it kind of translates outside. You carry yourself with confidence, with the right deportment, and then you stand strong. And one of those things that we did, um, I want to share this because one of the uh, modules, or what we can say, one of the
The sessions.
sessions we did was called "You Are What You Wear," and and it was amazing that I've taught myself, and I did the slides, but when I was talking about it, there were things that were triggering within me, and how it was triggering other people. So if you have a traumatic experience while growing up, it will definitely show on the way you dress up.
Wow.
So that's where I come. So I and then because I'm trained personal stylist, so I help you project, embrace change, and look confident in this new person you are. So that's why I call myself personal transformation coach, inside out.
Wow. I love that. I love that. And honestly, she's amazing at what she does. I will highly recommend Kirubai any day, because she makes me look good when she styles me up. So it's all good. Right, Kirubai, we have a question before we actually round up.
Okay.
Annette, thank you for joining us today. So the question is, what should one keep in mind while setting goals so as to make them realistic?
Mhm. So to make, let me answer this. I know Elizabeth will add on to this. Just Mumbeji, is that, I hope I've pronounced your name right.
Annette is fine. Annette
Oh,
is fine.
oh, that's Annette. Oh, hi, Annette. Okay. I think to keep in mind when you put your goals down, to be realistic, it has to be bite sizes. So reviewing your goals maybe every 2 weeks or every end of the month and see whether there is progression. If there is no progression towards your goal, that means you have to review again. And that's what I will say. That's what I will personally do. Every time reviewing whether there is progress. If there's no progress, your goals might be too big at that point. So bite sizes, and baby steps.
Wow, awesome. Betty, thank you for joining us. I think I can see that you're online. Thank you for having me yesterday on your platform as
Oh,
well.
okay. Hi, Betty.
So, Coach Betty, it's good to have you in the room. Annette, just to answer your question, I think one of the things I would say to add to what Kiruba has already said. So, what should you keep in mind? Now, priorities. One of the reasons people fail on their goals is because of misplaced priorities.
True.
So make sure that you prioritize. So when you set goals, make sure your goals align with what your priorities are. Make sure your goals align with your values. Because if you set yourself a goal that does not align, then that goal is not going to be realistic because it doesn't align with who you are. You need to keep in mind your time constraints. So if you set a goal to, say, for example, lose weight, but you look at your schedule and you're struggling to make time to exercise. So the goal that you set yourself should be in relation to the amount of time that you are willing to commit to working to that goal. So the other thing that you can think about as well, aside from thinking about the things that I've already mentioned, so you can also consider the support that you're going to need. So, for example, if the goal is, I said earlier on, imagine you want to set up a business. If the goal is to set up a business, and if we're being specific, let me use a coaching business. I want to set up a coaching business, and I want to set it up by the end of March, right? By the end of March, am I being realistic? If I know nothing about coaching, I'm not being realistic because I'm telling myself that within a month, I'm going to have this all done.
It's impossible.
Unless I'm going to commit every single day between now and the end of March towards learning how to set this business up and how to make it work. So being realistic is looking at yourself and actually asking yourself, how can I commit to this goal? How much time can I sacrifice to this goal? Because we can set ourselves goals, but if we don't make time for the goal, then that goal is not realistic. So a lot of times when people set themselves a goal, I will ask them when I'm speaking to my clients and they set themselves a goal, I ask them, how committed are you to this goal? Is this thing in alignment with your priorities? If you're saying this is the time frame in which you need to finish it, what's your schedule going to be like? How are you going to change your routine to ensure that you finish it within this time? So think about how your current routine is, your current scheduling. Hi, Carmen. Thank you for joining us. Think about your current routine and how can you implement whatever this goal is within your current routine. Because when we're talking about goal setting, like I said earlier on, it's about who you are becoming along the way. It's not just about achieving something, it's who you are becoming along the way. When I started my coaching business, I wanted to run a thriving business. I call myself the thriving coach, right? I wanted to run a thriving business. And I had to set myself certain goals. So, and I had to be realistic with it. And one of the things I had to be realistic with myself is I can't post on social media every day. It's not going to happen. Let's just be real. So my goal was, when I started off, my goal was to post 3 times a week, every other day between Monday to Friday. I didn't want to post on the weekend. The weekend, I wanted to just do family time, switch off the business and do family time. So my realistic goal, and when I set myself that goal, I had to think about, do I want to be on social media every single day, posting about business? Not really. I want to chill. Let me just do it every other day, because alongside me posting stuff, I need to engage with other people's stuff,
so true. Yeah, that's right.
other people's content. So I can't just be posting content and expect other people to engage with my content, but I'm not willing to engage with their content. Do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. So if I want engagement on my content, I need to be willing to engage with other people's content. But I don't want to spend every single day doing it. So you have to be realistic. And for example, today, one of the things I wanted to do was I wanted to post something on social media. Go on my social media. I haven't posted anything today. The only thing I posted was on my story on Instagram to say we're going live at 7 p.m. And when I set myself the goal at the start of the day, I thought I could do it. But actually, being realistic, I looked at my day and it just wasn't possible. And I'm going to be honest, I was beating up myself at the end of the day, and the day's not yet over. So I still have some hours to do some work. But like my husband will tell you, I'm sure he's still on here, but he'll tell you, I kept on saying to myself, Elizabeth, you've not done the things you set out to do today. But what did I do today? My husband needed to go and get checked up in the hospital. I decided to go with him. And as I was sitting there, I wanted to get my phone out and post on social media the posts that I wanted to do, because I want to keep you guys up to date with the things I've been doing. And the other part of me said, Elizabeth, you need to be present with your husband. You're in hospital with your husband, put the phone away, don't do business stuff, just focus. 1 hour went by and I'm like, even he was saying it. He's like, I want to bring my laptop up and do some work. I said, Tunji, no, don't bring your laptop out. We're here to do this, and then we can go do business afterwards. So yes, when I started the day and I set myself the goals, I wasn't being realistic because I didn't anticipate how much time we were going to spend at the hospital. But I'm not going to keep beating myself up about it. And in fact, when I was on the way to the hotel where I am right now, I spoke to my sister and I said, I haven't done the things I wanted to do. And she said to me, she literally reminded me and just said, yeah, but you've been busy doing things. So just because you've not posted something on social media doesn't mean you haven't been busy doing things. So actually, just relax, just chill. Don't stress about it. As and when you're able to, you go and do it. So yeah, you've not seen me post about our workshop because I just haven't gotten around to it.
Well, I couldn't wait. I jumped. I came back home that night. I think it was midnight and I was posting. I was so excited. Oh God.
There's probably some of you who are waiting for me to respond to your messages because I haven't had a chance to just sit down and get my head into messages. You've not had me post about my podcast recording because I just haven't had a chance to sit down and do that.
We're looking forward to that.
So you just have to be realistic with yourself, and yes, it's great to set yourself goals, but don't set yourself up to fail. That's why you need to be realistic. When you're unrealistic, you're setting yourself up for failure, and that will mean you will just get frustrated along the way because you're not achieving the goal.
That's right. That's so true.
So I hope in the long and short that has answered your question. If there's anyone else that has a question, please speak now because this has been on for 1 hour. We're about to shut down.
Yeah, my little tummy is growling. I need to have some din. Thank you all for joining. It was lovely to hear some comments, and hope to see you again next week.
Definitely. And you know what? We will keep you posted about the next date for our workshop.
Yes, thank you, everyone.
But for those that are just joining, I'm going to leave you with the flyer for the Kingdompreneurs Network. The Kingdompreneurs Summit event. If you haven't yet registered, please go get your ticket. Carmen, thank you so much for joining today's session. It was great to have you on there. So we're going to close, but if you do need to reach out to either myself or Coach Kiruba, if you've got some goals, let me put it out there. If you've got some goals and you're struggling with your goals, reach out to us. I normally offer people a free 30-minute session, and I think Coach Kiruba wouldn't mind doing that either on her end. If you're struggling to achieve your goals and you're wondering why, what's standing in the way, reach out to us. Let's see how we can help you. You just never know what conversation will give you the clarity and the breakthrough that you need to keep going forward. Have a lovely evening. God bless you.
God bless, and have a lovely evening.